Good day. Today I am doing something a little bit different. I think it's actually my first time to stream ARK gameplay. So I am on my one of my servers for the private cluster that we run over here, and this one's on Ragnarok. Let me see. I have not played this in a while, so I'm a little bit rusty. Let's see here. See if I can remember how to do this. Yep, good, I remember how to do it. I may need to go adjust the game volume and stuff like that since I haven't messed with this in a while. So let's turn him down. Let's see, voice volume kind of doesn't really matter because we don't use comms in here. So let's see if that's a little bit better. Anywho, yeah, I'm playing on BDC Sanctuary ARK server, and this is the Ragnarok server that we have, and it's run on a cluster. We've got Extinction, Ragnarok, and the island, and we'll probably add a couple more. So I wanted to basically get a video for, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Posterity's sake, I guess, to get a recording of all this, since we've put so many hours into Ragnarok and done all this stuff over the last, I don't know, 9 months or a year or something like that, and I don't have anything, any recordings of it or anything like that, but I've been wanting to do that. So here we are. Let's see, the mods on the server, the Ragnarok server here is kind of the playground of the servers that we run here, and I've got over 30 mods on here. I've got Structures Plus, Accessories Plus. Those are probably more the core mods. S Plus definitely being that one. And so let's see, what else do we have? Got the Ice Wyvern mod. And I've got some of, oh heck, what's his name? Shadow Gaming's, or I can't remember his name exactly, but he makes several mods, and one of them is the Tameable Megapithecus. So those are out there spawning in the field, and all that. You know what? I picked a really good time to start this in the middle of the night where you can barely see anything. See, I'm trying to remember exactly how I turned my NV on with this helmet. Like I said, I haven't played this in a while, so I'm still in like an Empyrean and Arma mode and all that, and the keys are different than what I remember. So let's see. Anyway, other mods we run the Mountain Griffins mod, or not the actual Griffins mod, because there's Mountain and Arctic in it, so there's several of those guys up here. Speaking of which, there's some of them looks like have been moved, and we've got a ton of quality of life mods basically. The server stuff I like to set up. I'm real particular about not putting stuff in that makes things too easy. I like things that enhance the gameplay but still try and keep it balanced and keep it to where there's some semblance of a challenge to it, where we have to work for whatever it is that we're going for. So this Ragnarok box is one of those, and you know, it's one of those things where you have to definitely earn your way through this. So man, I can barely remember how to play all this. I haven't played on ARK at least consistently in probably a month now, and all that, but I have kept the servers up. So let's see, where am I putting this stuff? We have had so much fun on this. I think we've had a good 6 to 8 consistent players all throughout last year, and we started from the very beginning. We started over in the Highlands up in the northeast corner of the map there. It might be hard to see here in the dark, but and per a suggestion from another buddy of ours, and we've just had a ton of fun with this. Let's see, let's pull some of this paste over. I used to do this maintenance stuff here once a day. I'd hop in and go do metal and make polymer and go put stuff in storage and all that jazz. Maybe somebody can remind me how the heck to turn. I can't remember how to turn the what is it? I think you hold F or something like that, or hold E. There it is. All right. Try to see if I can get some NV on this. but evidently I'm doing something wrong here. Anyway, so we have got multiple houses on this map. Might be kind of hard to see some of the markings on the map here. Let me go. Actually, let me do this. Let me go back up to one of these lights, maybe, or something like that, and see if. There we go. Yeah. So let's see. Up towards Viking Bay, to the east of it, at that castle on Ragnarok, the one that's got all the bats and the spiders and all that come out to level 400 bats. Just south of that, the plateau, a buddy of ours and his wife are doing their setup over there, and they've got a big giant pen, and they've got a really cool house. I may go bounce over there and show it off here real quick. But, we have that, and then up near the green obelisk, just up that way, we have a. Let's see if I can learn how to do this here. We have a tech house built. I didn't do it. My buddy Hardpipe did, and I haven't messed with tech armor in a while too. This is kind of fun. Let's see if I can get over there real quick. It's a short little jaunt over here, not very far away. Got so used to flying the glider on this, and then got to using the tech armor. So yes, we did earn all this. We had to do several boss fights to do this. Everything out here that you can see, every bit of this is earned. There was nothing that was given. I'm real strict about all that stuff. So I didn't spawn in a bunch of stuff and say, hey, you know, go have at it or anything like that. You know what? Do I have a light on the shotty here? Wait, nope. That's the tribal lock thing. There we go. At least there's something. I'll wait for the daylight to come back in. It looks like it's going to be pretty soon. Let's see. Yeah, time 1:32. Okay, maybe a minute or two. But anyway, so we had this cool tech house here, and it's kind of like a Fort Operations base, basically, and it's our staging spot for doing any kind of boss stuff over at the Green Obelisk. This used to be another buddy's house over here that he had built, and then that got torn down and replaced it with all tech armor stuff. Excuse me. I probably should have waited another 10 minutes before starting this, because it is really freaking dark, and I can't remember for the life of me how to turn NV on with this tech helmet. I know you can do it. Let's see. What is it? There's something with the ocular implant. This is an accessories plus thing. And tied to the tech helmet, I think it's A+ remote control ocular implant. And I can't remember the key to do it. I have to look it up. But normally I'd be rolling around in V right now, and not in the pitch black here. So I think we spent maybe 6 months of mostly daily, almost daily play, going after levels and mats and all that. We had our first little setup built in the cave in the Highlands, which is at the far northeast. Actually, I may swing over there and go grab that. But all the critters that we've gotten, every single one of them have been tamed. The wyverns that we have, I think we have probably 6 or 7 total. We've had to do the whole milk thing, and I mean, it's been a real pain. We've had to build the pens to set them all up, you know, to get them grown in as babies and matured and all that. The gigas that we have, same thing. There's just been a lot to this that we've done, and probably, maybe, at least for me, I think it's the reason why we liked it so much. There was a lot of teamwork involved in this, and there was a lot of struggle, a whole lot of death. You know, ARK is a really rough game. For those that wind up watching this video later, if you've not played it, it's a particularly rough game. It's pretty hardcore, even on the default settings and stuff. Even with mods installed to help quality of life stuff and things like that, it is still kind of a rough, hardcore game. I mean, you can spend hours taming a critter, and then it can die 10 minutes later, and you lose all your mats and everything that you use to get it. I mean, it's it's nasty. There was one time that we were doing a what's an eggs fridge? What was it, meats and kibble? I can't remember what anything is in here. Industrial freezer mod. Yeah, I've got that in here as well. That's a really good mod. Has much better spoil timers on things. So what's this? Some of these spoil timers in here. This mud looks like it's gonna run out pretty soon, but yeah, it's counterbalanced by the fact that it has only so many slots. So as compared to say something like the S Plus fridge here, is there no power running in the base? Hang on a minute. Those lights are on, but they don't matter. Yeah, the freezers are off. No wonder. All right. Let me see if I can take care of that here. Should have some element sheet in here. Cool. All right. Let's get the generator back online. I had no idea power was off on here. There we go. All right. Shows you how long it's been since I've been in here. I normally keep this server off since everybody's actively playing on the island server. But yeah, there we go. That's better. Damn, wonder how much of this stuff spoiled. Let's see. No, we're good. Still, most of this must not have been off for very long. Still got our honey and all that stuff. And where's the spoiled meats fridge? Yeah, this must not have been off for very long, so and no big sweat. I think I recalibrated the. I think I recalibrated the TEK generator to consume 12 a day is what it is, I think. So we usually keep several hundred in there. That's only one real, really important thing that you have to maintain. So let's see. I'm hoping daylight shows up here pretty soon because I don't want to keep sitting here in the dark doing this. It looks like it's sun's starting to come up barely. So yeah, like I was saying, ARK is it's a really rough game. It's really challenging, and if that's kind of your thing, then you'd probably like a game like this. It takes a long time to get good stuff, get good gear, get good critters, all that kind of thing like that. It's a pretty tough game. So, but we love it. We've had a lot of fun with this. There we go. Alright. Come on, son. Come on up. Let's see. Sound on, and I cannot remember for the life of me how to turn NV on. There is an NV mode in this ocular implant, but I can't remember the keystroke for it. So I'll just wait for this to come up. This is one of the last things that I did tame. That was a lot of fun to do. Did it over in the volcanic area. I had to set up a cannon and a table. I wish I had taken a video of it. But this is I think it was a 145, maybe 140 rock elemental, and managed to tag him and got him saddled up and stuff. And I looked at him in a while, and he's aptly named Roadblock. So I'm gonna hold on putting a point on him because I just can't remember what's important on him. I want to say that when you've got him mounted, he runs out of stamina really fast. But I wanted him to be a kind of a tanky thing, and then also just do it for the sake of the challenge, I guess. So, and let's see, I've got Listros over here, and let's see, we have a bunch of the yeah, there's my combat tappy right there. We have a bunch of the really cool Structures Plus stuff. In fact, I may link it in this video after the fact. It's just a fantastic mod. Let's see, we've got S Plus Vivariums over here, and these are cool because you can store dinos in here. See, so we have some of these things that we use as egg producers, you know, stuff like that, and we stick them in here, and then they'll spit these eggs out over time. It's pretty cool. Allosaurus eggs, let's see, dodo eggs. Yeah, we could drop some of those. Titanoboa. That was a real pain to tame that thing. You have to fly up above it, and you have to drop fertilized eggs down. I think it was like 12 or 15 or something fertilized dodo eggs or something. So you basically have to have a dodo farm to do it and all that. Let's see, in here we've got the larger critters. a bunch of Rexes. This is part of the Rex army. And then it looks like a couple of wyverns in here, ice wyverns. That's right. The last time I did an egg hatch of an ice wyvern, and that's a mod, by the way. The ice wyvern is in the game, but there's no spawners for it, so they don't show up in Ragnarok and that kind of thing like that. But the mod, you can put it in and it'll place certain specific egg nests and spawners for the critters and everything, and it allows you to engage them similar fashion. So the last last egg that we got, I incubated it, and out came 3 baby ice wyverns. So the maturation pen was suddenly full. It's only so big; it can do 1, but not 3. So I pulled those 2 spares in here. So basically, the S Plus Vivarium is kind of like it's kind of like a garage, virtual garage for your critters, and that's a really neat thing. Good, the sun's starting to come up. I can go and fly around it here and look around. Let's see, it'll give me a drink of water. I do remember where most everything is on here. That's pretty cool. Forges. And let's see. I don't think yeah. I have to go set the drills up. I can go do that. Mining drill mod. It's rebalanced where you have to have a ton of these things to get any decent amount of metal. And they spit out obsidian and crystal, as you can see. So let's see. Gasoline. I'll set up 100. I'll let this run. So the guys do their thing. You really need a lot of them to be getting significant quantities of metal. I wanted to make sure that when I did something like this, that it didn't make material acquisition easy mode. So the production versus gasoline ratio is slightly on the harsh side. So you have to go and chop down a lot of trees, get a lot of charcoal, and all that, and then get access to oil to be able to make the gasoline to run these. And if you really hit it hard and gathering metal by hand, it is still quicker than doing this. So this is one of those things where you leave these guys running all day long, let them do their thing, and dump out the excess crystal. And this stuff builds up over time. That's why there's a gazillion of it out here. So, anywho, let me pull some gasoline over on this guy, get this guy going. I also made it possible to make element sheets of element on this, and I had to modify the I had to modify the, I think it was the mine recipes here on the A+ mine. This is a really cool device. It's an accessories plus mod. It I think it's meant more for Scorched Earth and Aberration gameplay, but you can go and change some of the crafting recipes on things here to do stuff. That does not look right because we don't have congealed gas balls in here, so something might have gotten messed up with the config. But this is supposed to be that you can make element ore by doing, I think it was the equivalent of sulfur to make 1 congealed gas ball, and sulfur's all over the place out here in Ragnarok in the desert areas. So you have to go manually hand gather all that, and then bring that back, and then you can stuff it in here. But it looks like I might have something doofed on the config on here. It's entirely possible. I haven't messed with this in so long. What the heck is that? Oh, a Pelagornis. Okay. And then another cool thing that's in Accessories Plus is this workshop mod. This is really cool. You can use it as a way to basically do like production of keratin. Or chitin if you really want to, but we do keratin. You throw raw meat in here, and these critters fall over and make a funny sound and everything. Let me see if I can find anything that fits. There, let's do this. So you start it. Boom, there they go. And so with this running, they will produce hide slowly. And if you throw fiber and a bunch of stem berries in here, then it'll start making keratin. So you can throw a few of those guys up and do that. One of the things I learned in doing the administration stuff in ARK is it's nice to have machinery or other things, fabrication, other mods maybe for like the mining drills, that kind of thing, or the slaughterhouses. It's nice to have that kind of stuff in here, but I still want the hand gathering stuff to be better and more efficient. That, you know, if you and a couple of guys go out to do something, you're gonna be able to outpace whatever machine is producing, you know, the same type of resource. So I've worked pretty hard to try and make this stuff balanced in that regard. So I'm a big risk versus reward guy, you know, type thing. If you want the big reward, then you got to take the big risk. If you take the big risk, you should get the nice reward, you know, that kind of thing like that. So cool. It is almost daytime, and I'm going to show the house off here. So let's see if I can get a little bit better view of this from back here. I can probably take the TEK helmet off. Again, I'm a little bit rusty on this. I haven't played this in a while. So anywho, here's our house on the west coast of Ragnarok, and we have a bunch of critters. I used to use this Dino Patrol mod. I think it's still in, but I don't think these things are activated or walking around. I think I've got them shut off. But we have our main critter pen, is that one that I'm facing straight ahead. That's behind Roadblock. And then to the left of it, that was a pen for all the T-Rexes until I built a Vivarium S+1 to stick everything in there. Here's the main TEK house itself. There was originally a smaller stone house here when we first moved here. And so it's probably been maybe 2 months ago, maybe 3, something like that. I started tearing it down piece by piece. You know, I'd take the upper floor ceilings off, replace them with TEK, and then the walls and replace them with TEK, and you know, that kind of thing, without trying to lose a bunch of stuff, and then slowly add on to it, and then turned it into basically a big rectangle. So I think all the doors and everything are all in the same spots. The foundations are in the same spots. It was a lot of work, and there was so much polymer and metal in this. I mean, it took several days to do it. We had exhausted our stores of all that stuff, and we had probably 10 or 20,000 metal ingots already stashed, and used every bit of that up. Several hundred polymer got eaten up making all this stuff. We eventually got it built. For anybody who winds up watching this, the opaque looking walls there, those are S+ metal walls that are glass, and you can, S+ glass wall with a metal rim on them, and you can change the model types and stuff that show the like on the bottom here, you see there's a metal rim. You can make that a square or an L-shaped or in any orientation that you want. And then you can, these things are really cool. And then you can change the transparency of them. So you can make them like those tinted windows to where it's dark on the outside, but on the inside you can see out kind of things. So we did this on Extinction, and it looked really, really cool after it was all said and done. The outside windows were pitch black, and then they were clear from the inside. So I decided to do it around parts of this house in here. So that's another cool S+ thing. Let's see, we are upstairs, so I'll just start the little tour here. So me and my wife's private room here, and she's asleep on our awesome uber advanced beds. And a little bit of decor in here. We've got the S+ fireplace, and the chimney sticks out the top. Freezer, metal storage box with, I don't know, whatever's in here. It's, type stuff. And then some decor of a wyvern head trophy right there. And we also have our personal gravestones. That's a really good mod too, by the way. As long as it's set up right and it's, it doesn't allow people to teleport all over the map and stuff because they have a bunch of gravestones up or anything like that. So this is our artifact trophy room type thing in here. I think we used a few of these on the last boss that we did. So normally this place is full. This thing looks really cool at night. I probably should have shown this off earlier when I was in here. Let's see, this is a spare room in here, so if you ever hop on our server for whatever reason or another, even though it's private, then you come over here, you've got a place to sleep. So let's see, upstairs, we'll go up here. I wanted to make the top a kind of a, I was going to say vehicle pen, and I'm thinking Arma and Empyrean and all this. It's what's still in the brain here since I've been messing with this in so long. But a flyer's type of roost for all these griffins. We've got, I think, 6 over here, and then my buddy Hardpipe has got, I think, 4 of his own. And so we have a Griffin dive bombing Air Force here. This is what we use to kill wyverns with. These are a lot of fun. I may go take one out and fly it around. Haven't done it in a while. And then I've got room up here at the very top of the house for a couple of wyverns. This is my wife's ice wyvern, Billy. And Billy's to take off on a wyvern that we had on Dark and Light named Billy the Wyvern. And then we have our Candrix, and that's my fire wyvern. All these we grew. Like I said earlier in the video, every one of these we had to grow, mature, and feed in the whole 9 yards to get these. I didn't spawn any of this stuff in. There was no God mode privilege in any of this. It was all done the hard way, basically. So this is the maturation and growth pen right here. And let's see, can't remember what the heck that is. There's something important I laid down. Oh, that's right, that's the S Plus mutator block. And then a little LC lamp, camping light. That's a cool little mod. It's probably better for earlier game. And then we got a fridge out here, and this stores, I guess I'd throw a bunch of the caught fish meat, stuff like that. Preserving salts. This is technically not a Ragnarok thing. I guess you could make it a Ragnarok. Actually, well, I guess it could be, because Ragnarok has most everything in it. I don't think it has the aberration gems, the red and greens and blues and all that, but it's got some scorched earth content in here. So we make preserving salts and stash them in there and put them on critters especially if we're doing any kind of wyvern type thing. Let's see the front. I've already kind of shown this off a little bit. We have a couple of our bears. Taimo is one of the oldest critters I've had on here. I've had it since maybe the first week of playing, and that's my main dire bear. I think she was like a 120 or something when I tamed her, and she's now almost 250, so she's got tons of hours on her. Excuse me. S Plus TEK feed trough out here. I need to go through some of that spoiled meat it looked like. Flags from our kills, so let's see. That's a homing pigeon mod right there. That's a really cool mod, especially for a big open air map like this. I don't know how well it'd work on something like Aberration or something that's really cave heavy, but normally I would have that homing pigeon ring. I may not have them on these flyers here. Let me see, I think I've got it on my wyvern though. But the homing pigeon mod is a quality of life type thing, and basically what it allows you to do is you can place those little blue flags up, and the cool little graphic of a pigeon on the front of them and everything, and with a matching homing pigeon ring around the foot of a bird. Actually, you know what? I think I've got them on top of here. I've got these guys. Yeah, Harry the Courier. Some of these pteranodons. Yeah, there you go. Homing pigeon lead ring. You can pull up a separate menu for these guys. Homing pigeon, and you can have them go from flag to flag, or you can have them set to, if they're like, say, your utility bird that you're flying around, you have your first Argentavis or Pteranodon or something, and you're out cruising around, and let's say you get killed, you can have this thing set to fly back to the house. So if you respawn back at the house, you can take your bird and go back over there to your body and get your stuff. So that's a really, really cool utility thing, and we've used it quite a bit. So most of these birds have it on there, and we do it basically as a way of trying to help prevent them from getting killed if for some reason we get killed in the field. So let's see what else. Yeah, my wife's greenhouse that she built back here. This is really cool. She's expanded on it here and there, piece by piece. I think she had a bunch of dung beetles on the side here, but I think she got rid of them. So we have the water line running up from the ocean, and it comes in, and then we have all that stuff snaking around through the house and a bunch of water outlets and all that. And there's also outlets in here that she's got through the foundations. That's it's pretty cool. She did a really good job with this. A ton of grow plots. We're growing all the different seeds, and this was done for the element crafting stuff. Another mod that I put in here. Let me go back inside actually. I haven't finished finished the top and finished the second floor, but I need to go back in here. So this is the bottom floor. This is the main production area right here, and giant vaulted ceilings. It's what, 4 high and 5 high, I think. Is that what that is? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 and 5. Okay. This kind of mimics our house on extinction that we built, our TEK one there, and we've got S plus industrial forge. I kicked this up a little bit. I think it kicked it up, well, more than a little bit. I think it's kicked up by 10x. We've got this is from the Sevens Forges mod is what this is. I still kept that in here because he has some pretty powerful forges that have small footprints, so they're really good for boats and stuff out on this map. So I use that forge right there, the Epic Forge, to do charcoal and oil and whatever, make gasoline. And then this one, excuse me, this one right here is used for metal. So I'll come over here and I'll use the S plus cloud tool. It's really cool. So if the drills are spitting out metal, then I'll pull them over, and that forge is kicked on, and it'll smelt all that stuff down into ingots. So that's pretty cool. TEK replicator, obviously, you need everything. TEK-wise has to come from here. So this guy's probably got a ton of obsidian and paste and everything in it. ARK is one of those games where you build it and then you have to keep at it. You know what I mean? It kind of sort of owns you a little bit, depending upon how you have stuff set up. So I was just thinking about that. Part of the morning thing I do when I get on here and grab all the cementing paste from the collectors that are grabbing them off of the acatinas, the snails, and then make polymer, any metal that was left over in the drills from overnight, pull them in here, smelt all that down, and do just kind of like a basic maintenance type thing, maybe 10 minutes worth. Let's see, the rest in here we have a smithy fabricator, although they're technically redundant with that replicator. I still like to keep stuff separate. This is an A+ thing right here, the A+ workshop. There's some cool conversion stuff in here you can do. You can make silica and black pearls. It's very slow and it's very costly and all that, but it is a way of being able to produce some of those things that you'd otherwise have to get by hand. You know what I mean? So let's see what else we got here. We have one refrigerator. It's probably empty now, I suspect. Oh, okay, no, it is in here. And we fill it with organic polymer just simply because this is a production area. So organic polymer's got spoil timers on it and eventually wears out, so we have an S plus fridge in here for that. We have an industrial grinder, and that's seldom used, but every now and then we'll pull some of these metal type weapons or whatever garbage we get in the field and pull it over here. So Dragon Punk crafting bench, Dragon Punk PvE overhaul mod, that's what this is. And what it does is it spawns critters out in the field that can be apprentice, journeyman, ramshackle, and mastercraft level mobs. So you could have a mastercraft bear or a ramshackle dodo bird or whatever, and you kill it, and the hide you chop off of it is colored like yay. So you've got apprentice or journeyman, mastercraft, and then inside of this you can make custom saddles. It adds a ton of crafting engrams in here. Here you go. See, for like parasaurs, for example, apprentice, ascended, journeyman, mastercraft, whatever. And so it allows you another way to be able to get some of the higher end stuff. Now it's a challenge to get all of it, and it needs to be balanced out and things like that. But that's a really cool thing. So any of that special hide we keep in here. Advanced Rafts crafting station. That's for the Advanced Rafts mod. For any of you that wind up watching this, if you're thinking about setting up an ARK server that that's basically an island or has a bunch of ocean in it, get this mod. This is one of those core level ones for anything that has to do with sailing or boating. Advanced Rafts has so much good stuff in here. It's such a well done mod. That's the universal table they can use for it to make any of its mod stuff. There's several mods out there that do that. S plus crafting station, same thing. This is a universal crafting station for anything S plus. Element bench. This is a separate mod that I pulled in here as part of my solution to making a working mechanic for producing sheets of element. So you can alter the crafting recipes on these things in the the game.ini or whatever it is. I use ARK Server Manager, and I know it's game user settings. ini, I think, is what it is at the bottom. And then these gems, I made these things possible to craft from this mod called the Gem and Crystal Forge. So there's a few mods that were needed to do the whole element making mechanic, and it's arduous and it's costly and it takes time, but you can make it. Not in humongous quantities rather. I mean, to get maybe several hundred in a day, you really have to hammer it for hours and hours and hours. But it is a secondary way of being able to get element aside from having to kill bosses and all that. So that kind of seems to be a bit of a popular thing on the ARK workshop for mods. Secondary ways of being able to get element, without having to do boss type things. So in this Gem and Crystal Forge, you feed in dyes, and then you feed in a ton of crystal, and then you can make these things like green, red, and blue. So that's kind of cool. Upgrade station is something we use here for upgrading, tearing down things like, let's say we find a purple or Mastercraft gold whatever weapon, shotgun, something like that. You can tear it down back into its components, or you can convert it straight into a blueprint with a blueprint station add-on. You can also upgrade things here. It's all configurable. I think I've got it pretty well balanced out on here, that if you find a let's say a blue pick, that would be was that apprentice, journeyman, I can't remember anymore. Whatever that is, yeah, anyway, so you find a blue pick out here. If you want to get it upgraded to a gold, you have a chance of doing it in here, but it requires a certain amount of materials to do it. So anyway, I'm not going to hit the salvage button on that. I've done that before. That's smart. These Ascendant tools were hard to get. I think we actually got those off of bosses. We found the blueprint or something like that. There's an example right there. The amount of stuff that it takes to repair something like this. That's kind of similar to what it would take to upgrade step by step. And then each step in upgrading something is expensive. There's also the add-on augment station thing for the upgrade station. You can take a piece of gear. I'm wearing all TEK stuff right now. Maybe this shield. So I could put this shield in here and see there's a durability of 915 of 1095. I can put, I think it's armor mods in here. Let's see if this works actually. Yeah, cool. Durability increase and up the shield strength from 1095 to 1211. Although I don't really use this, I just use this because it's a thing from another mod here I run. But yeah, you can do stuff like that. So if you have a really cool chest piece that you want to upgrade the armor on, then you can build these augments, and some of them can cost quite a bit. So I mean, it's one of these things you have to gather a lot of mats, a lot of material, and really work at this. It is similar in difficulty and tedium and time consumption that you would have in an MMO, and wanting to upgrade your your wizard or warrior's gear or whatever. It's kind of on par with that, so you really have to work at it. Let's see, storage room from the main hallway here. We have a bunch of these little goofy pets running around. You may have seen the whatever those things are, I call them globbies. What are these called? Glyptodons, I think, or something like that. We have a bunch of those. We have these, what are these cats called? I remember. Let's see, jerboas, that's right. Yeah, those, you find those out in the desert. So we have a bunch of little critters out here to kind of add some personality, I guess. And then, is that a Dimorphodon? Yeah, Dimorphodon, alright. Storage vaults, these are S+, and you can configure how much they hold. So I upped these and their companion metal boxes to hold a little bit more. Let's see, so everything's set up pretty well organized. You have low tier, mid tier, and then high tier. Then you've got other stuff over here at these vaults, clothing and different things like that. Let's see, sorry about that. Hoarder's vault, crystal obsidian, whatever, spare gear weapons, and then the check generator, which already looked at earlier because the base had no power. That's always a good thing to run into. And here we've got the kitchen. So I think this is this medical station's Kicking It Cruise Medicines, I think is the name of that mod. Really, really good mod. You can allow it, or you can use it to allow you to make these different types of medicines and things. Some are pet specific, some are player specific, and so you can make quick use painkillers and med kits and stims and stuff like that. And I want to say this first aid cabinet is either A plus or Kicking It Cruise, and I can't remember which. It used to hold inventory, but for some reason it's not doing it anymore. S plus industrial cooker. We use these things to craft all the dyes and kibbles and things like that. Industrial freezers mod. That's a really good mod. And we have our jerky making preserving box rather in here, and then several S plus fridges. So. And S plus industrial grill. So everything's is set up here. We kind of call this a Viking kitchen, like a smaller version. We have a really huge one on the Extinction TEK house, and that's what inspired this setup. It's probably twice as big, and it has 8 of these giant freezers and 12 fridges, and it's all full. And it's kind of like my wife's playground. She loves it. She set it all up and does all the organizing and stashing everything. She gets a big kick out of that. So let's see what else to show. I think we've done everything else over there. So the last thing I built in here before I took a break with this game was this. It's a teleportation pad that I made with that teleporter. I keep calling these things blocks because I'm in Imperion crafting mode. The teleporter here is really cool. I think you have to have a matching one on the other side, or you have to set a mark or something. But this pad I set up here, I built it to where you can use it to bounce from house to house. This is literally the last thing I did on here, and I did a combination of TEK and stone. So then we've got another one over here at Hardpipe's place, and this is the one that I was talking about earlier. That's near that castle near Vikings Bay, or we call it John's Bay. Here's his house. Well, that's his house over there. The house is smaller than the critter pen. He's got a maturation pin tied next to this critter pin here. And up top, he has his Griffin Air Force. And yeah, Griffins don't pop in with with sky blue wings or anything. So I've been a little liberal at doing some recoloring and stuff. Somebody says, "Hey, can you change this color to that and this and that?" And yeah, I did it, for fun, whatever. It doesn't detract from gameplay, and it's a private server, so I can do it. He's got his Quetzals right there. He's got a TEK replicator up there. I don't know if that's his main house one. It might be. And then their wyverns up here. And I want to say I probably did some coloring on them as well. At least that one, that poison one. So let's see. I'll show off the House of Pain, and that's what they aptly named this pen here. It looks like he's got his Rex army probably in a couple of vivariums. So we have some Gigas up here. These are really cool mounts to have. The only one downside to them is when you try to put points into them to level them up, they take nothing. So basically it's one of those things. Once you go through the very lengthy, arduous process of taming one of these things, those are the stats you're going to get. Let's see, that's Bridezilla, and I think his main one right here is Godzilla 279. I may go take him out and show him off briefly. Monstrosities 209, and then Baby Girls 11. So there's some real originality in the names. The names here. But yeah, this used to be the main critter pen until we started getting the vivariums going and all that. So let's see, humongous turning radius on these Gigas, but these things are so much fun, and you can do this with them. They've got nice roars to them. And they eat everything. Just about. One of these did wind up getting killed once when the rider went AFK for about 10 minutes, and the thing was just getting beat on, and standing there doing nothing. And eventually it lost all of its health. So, let's see, on these things, yeah, he's got armored saddles on them. Journeyman Journeyman Giga Saddles. Now these things are made possible by that upgrade station mod that I was talking about earlier. You know, good quality of life stuff. It costs a lot in metal, and I'm trying to remember what else to make those things. But they add armor to the critter, and so basically it's a damage resistance buff. You can keep them out in the field longer before you have to panic and figure out how to heal them. So this is the maturation and growth thing they set up. Behemoth gates. I think that's a behemoth gate at least. And I don't know how tall this is, 10 tall or something like that. Maybe 15, whatever. This is where he's done the larger critters out here. He's got these Dimetrodons, yeah, as portable refrigerators, and use those for incubating in the egg incubators. The egg incubators, I think I don't think it's an S plus thing. I think that's the thing. Is that an A plus thing, or is that a RAF thing? I can't remember. But anyway, you probably saw the CS down there. We've used corrected structure stuff in the past, but I don't use it anymore since S plus can replace it all. But I can't remove the mod in here because all the structures, or a lot of them, still have CS pieces in them. So if I did that, and suddenly half the house would fall because some of the foundations are made out of it. So this is their house. This is the Ponderosa, and this one was inspired from another build on YouTube that somebody was showing off, I think, and it turned out really well. It's a really neat looking house. The stone support beams, primarily wood, a standard stone gate. Let's see, Ponderosa. Let's go with it. It's got those little, chairs sitting out here or whatever. Main entryway stuff. He's got a lot of trophies. Let's see what we got up here. Artifact room. This looks really cool at night. All the rainbows of colors and everything. And these are some S plus storage boxes that are used. So I guess he has Party of 6 mod, which is kind of a magic based mod. I used to use it real heavy, but I don't anymore. He's got some of that stuff in there, different weaponry, all sorts of things in here, spare saddles and blueprints, things like that. And then front door guards. We have Titan, the level 302 TEK Raptor, and Primal Direworg. Okay, this is the only thing that I deviated on. I actually did spawn one of these in, and I force tamed it, and I gave it to him. I said you can't use it in the field, but it's a cool show off type pet, so you can keep that kind of a thing for fun. That's all you get. So I did deviate that one area right there. Okay, he's got 80 element sheet left. May have to go get some more. Saddle table. I think this is the one that's used for the Megapithecus mod, I think. So here's his main production room. So this is the front left of the house. Cool chandeliers. They went kind of nuts doing the decoration stuff, trying to make things even and nice and thematic and everything. They did a really good job on this. Pair of smithies, storage vaults. There's a medical thing over there. Gem forge, German crystal forge. Those are his main storage vaults for metal. I mean everything that you need for crafting. Really, really neat. How this room is set up, nice and spacious, and that kind of thing. So any of the times that we would go out to do one of those dungeon runs, cave runs and stuff that are on here, we usually meet here, and this is our congregation area. We get all the stuff that we need to get our guys upped and ready for a fight. Let's see, heavy automated turret. Cool. Let's see, it's the kitchen. Let's see, got a couple of monkeys in here. Industrial fridges. They've got tons of raw meat in here. You can use for the incubators, chem bench, chem table, grills. This is a big kitchen. There's a lot in here. Industrial cooker, and also a water thing. Get never remember any of those things. Anyway, so food prep stations, just a bunch of stuff. I can't remember what that food prep station's from. But anyway, so there's the kitchen. Let's go cruise upstairs real quick. I like the spiral staircase thing. That was a good use of it. Here's the artifact stuff. That's kind of neat. I showed that off a little bit. Up to the actual real second floor. Those are their beds. They got the fireplace. They got this balcony type overlook thing built here. This is really cool. Ragnarok's beautiful, man. It's you know, it's such a gorgeous map, and whoever made it, hats off to you. I can tell that you spent a lot of time making it, putting together a really good map. So let's see, what is that? Extra bedroom, yeah, the nice Wyvern trophy head, and its own fireplace, so it's nice and cozy, you know. So it's like the penthouse suite. Leroy Jenkins, okay. I don't know who the heck that is. Another spare bedroom, fireplace, storage, windows, stuff like that. Really, really, really well built house. I think they spent like 2 weeks making this or something. They even have the angled rooftops, even though rain is not a thing on here. Let's see, they've got a mine, and I want to say they've got drills back over here. Yeah, there's the A+ mines, there's an outside forge, and there's the metal drills, metal crystal and obsidian drills. So over here, we've got the girlie's greenhouse, and she did a really good job making this too. Where's the door? Here it is. I don't know if it's been tended to in a while, but yeah, around the round grow plots. That is the farmer, the S+ farmer guy, and I can't remember exactly what he does, but he tends to this somehow. I don't know if it's a gathering thing or what he does. And then S+ gardener. So normally these things would be, you know, tons of stuff growing and everything. Purple light, so it's all purple glowing at night. And then she's got these guys, the Phiomias. I remember these, aptly named poopers. S+ item collector, poop and fertilizer, I think, and whatever else that it does. So this is really neat. It's really well organized. Production level growing stuff in here. You can do quite a bit of stuff in this. So what does that sign say? Yeah, Ricky's Sanctuary. There you go. So this is hard pipe in Ricky's place, and let's see. They've got the entrances to the swamp gated off. That's a trick apparently. People have used on this map who build up here in this plateau, and it makes it easy to lead stuff entertaining. If I remember correctly, you can, yeah, there it is. There's the double gates right there. So you can bring a big critter in through the front gate and then lock him in, and he cannot get up out of there. And then you can sit there and trank him until you get him knocked out. So let's see. I don't know if there's anything much else to look at. Maybe, actually, I know what to look at here. How much element do I have on me? Okay, I'm good. I'm gonna go over to our old cave and check it out here real quick. It might take me a minute or two to fly out there. So, you guys that are in there lurking, feel free to say, hey man, I answer chat. I might even play music. Sometimes I do. So, although I don't know what kind of music fits with Ragnarok. You know what I mean, or ARK or whatever. It's, you know, I have no idea what would thematically fit this. So, let's boogie over here. I'm gonna go over to the east side of the island, northeast side. I'm gonna go to the highlands. I'm gonna go grab a look at the cave up here. So let's see, what do we got? All right, good times. The thing's running really well. It's my first time to stream this on Twitch. I think I've done it once or twice in ARK, or maybe, I don't know. I've done a bunch of stuff now, but one of the concerns I had about this one ARK is that it's so nasty on the GPU. I've had the game crash, hard crash the machine. You know, I've had to fiddle with settings quite a bit on it and everything, and so I've been concerned about if I did any heavy streaming or recording, what kind of, especially, it's probably more pronounced with recording than it is on streaming, but what kind of issues would I have with doing all that on top of running it, and would it crash the box midway? So, been in this good, I don't know, half hour now. There's the Wyvern roost down there. We have names for all these things. So the Wyvern roost, the west and east sides, the lower Bronto plains, upper Bronto plains, and we call these up here the Wizard Spires. And that's an old EverQuest thing. Where I'm going is on the other side of these spires. Those okay, I can't remember the name of these things anymore. Not Dilophosaur. I have to go there and look at them again. the Brontos and all that, they're really good if you pull an army of wyverns out of the cave. You come swing over here and let them chew on one of those things, and will give you, a few to several seconds to shoot a wyvern, kill one, do something with it. So they're good. They're good meat shields. Brontos are really good at that. Let's see, cave entrance should be, there it is, alright. So here's our old cave. We still have our homing pigeon flag up here. And for, I don't know, like 3 months or something, when we first started this is where we lived. I mean, everybody except I think one person was brand new to ARK. We had no clue what we were doing, and it took us forever to level up and do everything. It's just, the only thing we knew is that we were having fun doing this, is that it was a lot of fun. We just didn't know the intricacies of how to do things. So this was our setup in here. We had a whole pen and storage boxes lining the walls and everything, and had a ton of critters sitting in there. Then we moved everything, and a buddy of ours got on here, and I said, yeah, have at whatever's left over there. So he came over and grabbed some stuff, and then he left us this nice sign. So a robbery occurred here. I didn't see it for a month, and I came back in here to check it out. This was our old crafting area. We had a smithy. We had forge. I think we had 2 forges. Fabricator we eventually built right back there. We started getting our first firearms. This is our fridge. It still has crap in it, apparently. I'm not going to bother moving this stuff. Advanced Rafts mod grindstone. That's really good. Cooking pot. So this was our home. We had a lot of fun with this. ARK is so good. This is such a good game. I cannot say enough about it. I resisted this for, I don't know, probably 2 years, and wanting to get it. And I had a couple of buddies that were telling me, get the game, B, you'll like it. So I finally did. All right, whatever. And first thing I did was I set up a server for it, and then fired it up, and we all bought it and got it. Hey, hello, Giga. A+ ocular implant. What level is that guy? 20? All right. Yeah, the Highlands, it's an okay area to spawn in at, but, oh yeah, that thing's dead. Diplodocus, that's what it is. Yeah, he's dead. Yeah, you're not going anywhere. You're not going to fling your tail at him and swoop that thing away. Yeah, the only thing that's bad about the Highlands is the gigas that roam around out here. So anyway, that is that. Let me get out of here. I don't want to be chased by the thing. I want to get back over to the house here, and I'll log out from this. So, let's see. I don't know if there's anything else out here to show. So, for anybody who winds up watching this gets exported over to YouTube. So, again, I'm doing this kind of for posterity's sake, since we have so much time in this, and I've never taken any videos of this, and I'm going to get a record of it and be able to look back on it and everything, and also show it off because we have so much work in this. So anybody that winds up watching this, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you're on Twitch, please be sure to hit that follow button. And if you're on YouTube, hit those like and subscribe buttons. Leave any comments, questions, anything like that. Or if you've got links of your own, hey, I built a house, tech house or whatever, pop it up, leave it in there. I'm not a weirdo about other people putting leaks up there, especially if I give them permission. And something like this, directly in the video. I think that's it. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for your time. And again, any questions, comments, anything like that you'd like to leave, feel free to do so. I will answer every one of them. So have a good one.